Hello, Master Tax here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to have a look at a battle from the Tier 10 Italian heavy tank. It is the Rinocerente. And as always, before we get into the action, I'll show you my crew and equipment that I've currently got in this tank.
That was too easy.
My crew on this tank are really good. I've got Chuck Norris as my commander, who's onto his 6th skill. The other two are onto the 5th skill. The equipment I use in the special survivability slot is bends. Then I've got improved rotation mechanism and coated optics. Also use a premium consumable food. So let's have a look at it in action.
When they bite me, this enemy has no hope.
Today I'm playing on Mannerheim line. It's a standard battle and I've got the 438 matchmaking and I'm top tier today. So I want to go down near the lake. Since I'm a heavy tank and top tier, I expect the enemy heavy tanks, especially the top tier, the Cran Van, to head this way. So I need to cut them off and face him. Also, this tank gets 10 degrees of gun depression, so it's a really good place to peek over the ridge line and get my shots in. Now I have to tell you, since I played this battle, I realised I was using the wrong equipment. What I've found is, while you're moving and traversing your tank, your dispersion was absolutely terrible. I was missing all the time. So what I've done to counter this is get rid of the coated optics and replaced it for a vertical stabilizer, and this seems to have solved the problem that I was having. So in this battle, since I did have coated optics, I did have a view range of 496 meters, but since I've gotten rid of it, my view range is still about 455 meters, which is still above the max 445. So as I crested the ridge, I did spot the EMX 65 tonner, so now I'm going to see if I can take him out, and yes I can. So since I've got a really good view range, not that I don't think it mattered having that extra view range that I've got in this battle, I am doing a lot of spotting, which will help me tank destroyers sitting on the mountain, and we do have 3 artillery, so it'll help them. So I've just seen an E50 push forward, so one shot into him, just pulling back. I hadn't managed to reload my 3rd shell. SU, shot into him, and then I'll pull back because I've emptied the magazine. What happens with these tanks on this line, the Italian heavy tank line, is the auto reloaders, but the thing that's different compared to the medium tank line, the progettos, is when you fire with a progetto while you're reloading, you lose that reloading time completely for that shell, whereas this reloads in sections. So if you do get to the first section, it's about 50%, and then fire, you don't lose all your reload time. There are 3 different levels of reloading, so once you hear a beep, that is to one section, and then it'll keep on beeping till you are fully loaded. So I like to try and wait at least for the first beep before I fire, so I'm not reloading the full time. I've only got half left. There's the 50, can I take him out? And manage to take him out. So I'll tell you my plan now, since we seem to have taken the tanks out just slightly to my right. I do really want to take that Cran Van out, but it's not worth taking the risk cresting this ridge, because there will be tanks in the middle on the mountain, and they'll just get shots into my side and I'll get taken out, just like where that Scorpion G is. So I'm playing a bit cautious, and I've managed to get a shot into him. And there's a Leopard 1 there, so lucky I didn't push forward. I did suspect them being there. So while I'm in this position, I'll let you know about the gun you get on this tank, and it is a really nice gun. It's 127mm. It does have 268mm of penetration, which is really good for a heavy tank. You get 490 alpha damage. With my crew and equipment, I've got an aim time of 1.75 seconds, which is also really good for a heavy tank, and a dispersion of 0.29, which is also really good. But as I say, with the equipment that I've got currently, while moving, my dispersion is terrible, so you'll miss a lot of shots. get that vertical stabilizer on and improve rotation mechanism just to boost it. So back to the gun stats, as I said at the beginning, you do get 10 degrees of gun depression. What you also get is shell velocity is 1452 meters per second, which is fantastic, and that's because you're firing APCR as standard. But what is a little bit poor about this gun, and that's the reload time. As I said, it's a 3 clip size, got 3 shells, but this is where it gets bad. Your reload time, and this is with my crew and equipment, and I do have food on, have brothers in arms and vents, so this is as good as it'll get. My reload time for my first shell is 14.06 seconds, then the second shell is 15.23 seconds, and the third shell is 17.92 seconds, which is absolutely terrible. It is the downside to this tank, that reload time. Also, your intra-clip reload, the time between shells is 4 seconds. So it takes 4 seconds before you can fire your second shell, another 4 seconds to fire the third. So that isn't the quickest either. So back to the battle, and I'm a little concerned what's happening in the north of the map. I'm thinking about repositioning, see if I can help somewhere else rather than being bogged down here at the moment. But it does look like there's a leopard one that's going to try and push this area, so I would prefer to take him out. So I'm going to quickly push back to this area with the Visconti, see if I can crest this ridge and spot him. And there he is, one shot into him, but I've taken a shot. Can I get the second shot in? I'm a little bit over eager here. The Crown Van's taking advantage of that and getting a shot into us. I should play a little bit more cautious, but I do want to get another shot into this leopard. There he is, there's another shot, taking another shot from the Crown Van, so I'm pulling back. But we did manage to get that leopard in the end. So now I'm thinking about repositioning. There's that Crown Van still there, but I'm bogged down as much as he is. Oh, one of our artilleries looks like it's just hit him. So I'm going to go up to the middle again. I'm just going to turn me hull round, face me armour forward just in case that artillery fires, because I haven't got that many hit points left. Just reversing back a little bit. I think I'll be okay. I'm just going to turn and go as quick as I can. That's because I've just noticed that our Libertier has moved and there's a Barrasque on the corner just up from us, so I need to get there quick, see if I can help out. I've been spotted there, must have been the Crown Van peak in the corner, so I should be okay down here, hidden from the artillery, and that's what I am concerned about a little bit now. So there's the Barrasque on the corner. I do really need to take him out. I don't want him peeking into our base and spotting our artillery, because our artillery could come in useful for us. It is a big ask on the Visconti to stop in that position and keep the Crown Van back, but somebody needs to come back and sort what's going out at our base. And I know the Barrasque's around this corner, but it looks like there's a Skoda T50 just underneath our mountain where he was last spotted there. So I'll keep an eye out for him as well, but I am fully loaded. And there's the Barrasque. He is just a one-shotter, coming straight round, gun depression. I bounced his shot and managed to take him out. So we're getting the corner, and the Skoda T50 has pushed around the back, and we've lost our Libertier. So the artillery are open. So I'm just pulling back just in case the enemy artillery fires at us. So I'm hidden behind the rocks and see if I can get into a hull down position. But I can spot a Progetto 66 and I've managed to take him out. So just pulling back into a hull down position and just noticed the Crown Van's been taken out. Not sure if it was the Visconti, but well done if it was. Now our artillery, the Backchat 58, is doing something, as you can see, aiming towards me. He's doing something that happens a lot in the game and it gets right on your nerves. Moaning about where I am, complaining about my position. So if this happens to you, just totally ignore them. What I find, although I haven't got XVM on at the moment, when I've normally got XVM on, I find that the people that's telling us where to go or complaining about the position I'm in, they're always people with a lower WN8 or personal rating than myself. So what I tend to do is just try and ignore them. There's no point you doing this to anybody in the game, because it's just adding more pressure to them, getting them thinking, am I doing the wrong thing? This is just a game. Just let them play their own game. We are all supposed to be playing this game for fun and not stress. So don't add stress to other people. Don't try and get them to play your game. Just allow them to play their own game. That's what they're on for. So I'm pulling back now. Not sure about that Skoda T50 if he's going to crest again. But I was concerned about the artillery. And another thing I'm concerned about at the moment is the Scorpion G. Since he knows my position, he could be flanking us. So I am going to turn around and see if he's trying to flank us. And while I do that, I'll start telling you about the armour on this tank. And the armour is nothing special, I can see it. It's not too bad when you hold down. And there's that artillery trying to tell us where to go again, and I'll totally ignore him. So the armour on the hull, you have 135mm on the front, 75mm on the side, 40mm on the rear, so nothing special there. And then the turret isn't fantastic either. You get 190mm on the front, but it's nearly a 45-degree slope, so that'll be a lot better. Then you get 120mm on the side and 120mm on the rear. And there's the Scorpion J snapshot, and managed to take him out. I did bounce his shot. I was fortunate for that because he probably could have taken us out in one shot. So just pulling back, trying to get out the way of the artillery, and there's the artillery shot. So now I can get out of here. I know he's fired. If you wanted to save the enemy about your location, when you spot it, just stay pointing that way. You don't have to just sit in one place. Just make them think that you're still looking that way, heading that way, and wait for 10, 12, 14 seconds, and then turn around and head to the place that you want to relocate at. And it looks like the Skoda's been taken out, so that's fortunate for us. So there's only an artillery. The problem I have now is I'm the only outfield tank that we've got on our team. I could do with somebody else to go the other way and look for this artillery. We've got just over 3.5 minutes to find him, so he could be on the move. I could do with that artillery, the back chat, instead of spouting his mouth off, he could go around the other part of the map, the north of the map, and try and find that artillery for us. But since he's an idiot, he's never thought of that. So I'm going to push towards the area the artillery normally is, and as I do so, I'll tell you about the mobility on this tank. As you can see, it doesn't look too bad. You do get a top speed of 40 kilometers an hour going forward and a reverse speed of 12. But what I did find, I have got the improved rotation mechanism. I did find it really sluggish on the tank traverse. Also the rotation of your turret was really sluggish, so that has massively improved that for us. So now looking at the mini map, not sure what's happening in our base, but it looks like the backchat artillery is giving grief to the GW Tiger artillery, which just doesn't help you to win a battle. They both should be here, where the backchat should have went round the north of the map since he's got some mobility, and then the GW Tiger could have positioned somewhere where he can see the majority of the map to get a shot in once we spot the artillery. But it looks like the backchat's just hounding the GW Tiger. He could do with getting banned, that player. So still looking for the artillery. I'm looking in this corner. This is generally where they sit, or they'll be sitting behind their cap. It's where they normally are. But since he's the last tank, he might have relocated. That's what I would do. I would head somewhere like A1, try and hide somewhere, sit it out for the draw, because he's not going to stand up to 3 tanks, 2 artillery and a tank. All we need to do is spot him and we should take him out, although I'm not sure what's happening with our artillery at the moment. So the 2-minute warning went off, so I went into the cap. You need 1:40 to cap, and it looks like I'm a second short. Am I? Can you still win by that? Not so sure. Just trying to position somewhere out of the way of the artillery. Hopefully he'll fire and miss, and then I'll see the location where he's fired from. Looking at the situation with our artillery, it looks like the backchat's still hounding the GW Tiger, so it looks like it's all on me if this is a win or a draw. Would be nice if I did get some help. And there's the artillery shot. I know his location now, and I was really fortunate there. Ammo rack damage, repair kit used, and my first aid kit to get rid of the stun. and I think he's just down here, so I'm pushing forward. I know he'll still be reloading. There he is, spotted and taken out.
They never stood a chance.
Let's have a quick look at the stats. It was a class 1 badge, and we got the high caliber for our 5,149 damage with 1,468 assist, and the top gun for our 6 kills. Top of the tree for XP with a base XP of 1163. Nice to see the GW Tiger done better than the back chat. Car 7 Destroyer, he's the noob, keep an eye out for him. We're also top for damage. We made 137,000 credits, that's due to a personal mission payout, plus 4,363 XP, that's due to a personal reserve bonus, and an award for the first victory each day, which was at ×2. I'd like to thank you for watching today's battle. I hope you enjoyed it. It was also nice for me personally to shame that noob. We could do without people in the game like him. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. There's a little icon in the bottom right hand corner. If you have any feedback, please could you leave it via the thumbs buttons in the comment section below. Cheers.